And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. Picture a desolate mountain region peopled by cattle rustlers, horse thieves, and desperados. Somewhere in the heart of it, a rich silver camp, and you have Limbo County in the early 1880s. That's the setting for tonight's story, Death and Taxes. Young Bud Payson, green as a cornfield in his native Kansas, didn't know that Limbo had the reputation of being one of the toughest counties in the Southwest. But he learned in 3 easy lessons.
He had sand in his craw, but was slow on the draw.
Roll over, stranger. You're blocking my egress.
Doggone the doggone. Saloon's closed, temporary. Doggone it, Sheriff. This has got to stop. Curly Bill smashed darn near every bottle in my place. And him not even a regular customer.
You were elected sheriff to enforce law and order. I'm doing my best. You've got to do better. As mayor of this town, I demand action.
That's what we pay taxes for. And speaking of taxes, does anybody collect from Curly Bill and the rest of that gang?
Collect taxes?
They're residents of the county, ain't they?
They are, and rolling in dough.
No reason why they shouldn't be assessed the same as us honest folks.
Do you realize what you're saying? It'd take a whole posse to go into that outlaw country. Then send a posse. You know very well I haven't one deputy to my name. They've all been killed or run off. Well, replace them. Nobody will take the job.
Maybe you don't want the job of sheriff another term. Well, there's an election coming up. And if you don't give us honest folks protection, there'll be a new man behind that badge.
Such is right. The people need protection. And if you can't get any deputies, then by gosh, I will. Oh, excuse me.
That's all right.
Hey! Stranger in town, aren't you?
Why, yes.
Come with me. Here's a deputy for you.
Well, that was quick work.
Can you ride? Shoot?
Yeah?
Swear him in, Sheriff.
Now, wait a minute. This is a boy and a complete stranger.
My name's Bud Payson. I'm from Kansas.
A tenderfoot.
Just looking for objections. I don't believe you want a deputy.
I have to make a few inquiries.
Curly Bill and his gang don't. They shoot first and ask questions afterward.
Well, I'd like the job if you'll have me. I need work.
This is all that's left of the last deputy I had. You still want to wear it?
I'd rather take a chance on being shot than starve to death.
Now, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to uphold and enforce the laws of this territory
under the powers vested in you as a deputy sheriff, so help you God?
I do.
How's your new deputy?
Well, he's pretty good at shining his badge.
The mayor sure pulled a rabbit out of his hat. Nabbing him for you.
Rabbit is right. Not even dry yet behind his pink little ears. Seems like a nice kid. Sorry to see him take the job.
Well, now that you got him, what are you going to do with him?
Put him to work, just like you and the mayor demanded. Only I'm hoping comes the first showdown, he'll turn tail and hit leather back to Kansas.
I'm open for business again. Come on in and have one on the house.
I gotta get home to supper. I've invited my new deputy. My daughter June will be expecting us.
I'm sure grateful to your dad. If he hadn't given me a job, I might never have met you. I sure hope I make good.
With the job?
Well, I am a greenhorn as a deputy.
You mustn't let folks know.
You don't think they'd guess to look at me?
I think you've got everything it takes.
I'll try to fool them.
Just act tough. Say to yourself, I'm the authority here. What I say goes.
What I say goes.
Anybody tangles with me will get what's coming to him.
We'll get what's coming to them.
You're wonderful. Now just carry out those threats. Be tough. Show yourself a red-blooded man who gets what he wants.
Now, this whole region around here is outlaw territory. You know anything about Curly Bill?
No.
Well, he's the king of them all. And this is his capital.
Goryville? Some name.
I want you to go out there and collect taxes.
Taxes?
It's part of the sheriff's job, and I've got orders to collect them.
But from outlaws?
Well, they're citizens of the county. No reason why they shouldn't be assessed like honest folks.
How do I go about it?
That's up to you. Every deputy has to figure these things out for himself. Of course, if you don't like the job, just turn in your badge and no hard feelings.
Are you trying to get rid of me, Sheriff?
Only for your own good.
You sure it's not because I've taken a liking for your daughter?
You have? I didn't know that.
Well, I hope you don't mind.
We'll talk about that later. It's a long way from liking to getting.
Yes, sir.
Now, wait a minute. You better take this with you.
Thank you. Well, goodbye.
Good luck. Blast your hide, Mayor.
Why do you stare at me like that?
I want to remember you, just as you are this minute.
Anybody think you were going away for a year? Where are you going anyway?
Oh, all around.
It's a nice general answer. I hope you stay out of Curly Bill's territory.
You know Curly Bill?
Of course, by reputation. We've never met socially.
Well, I didn't imagine so.
He has got a girl, though. She comes into town to shop every now and then. Bold as brass with lots of spending money. You're not listening to a word I say.
I'm sorry.
You are going into Curly Bill's territory.
Goodbye, June.
Take care of yourself. Bye.
Howdy.
You lost?
No.
Then what are you doing here?
Well, haven't I got a right to be here?
I asked you a question, stranger.
Well, I thought that was something folks in the West didn't do. However, I don't mind telling you. I'm looking around. thinking of opening up a trading post in these parts.
You're lying.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but
I thought so. One of the sheriff's men. Will you hightail it right straight back where you came from? Savvy?
no.
This climate ain't healthy for deputies. Someone is likely to pick your badge for a target.
Well, thanks for the warning, ma'am. Now will you tell me something else? How far is it to Goryville?
Goryville? Just keep straight ahead, stranger. And when you feel the blood running down your shirt, you're there.
So this is Goryville. What's the population?
Varies from day to day.
Today, for instance, it's increased by 1. Yours truly.
And by sundown, it might go the other way.
You're not trying to alarm me, are you? Lady I met on the trail was full of warnings, too.
Must have been Evita.
Evita?
Curly Bill's girl. She's the only female hereabouts.
She's a good looker.
Not so loud. Curly Bill gets jealous mighty easy.
He's around here?
Right over there in front of his office. Well, that's about it.
What do I owe you?
$2.
A robber like the rest of them.
Fellow's got to make a living.
Well, just that much better for the tax collector.
Tax collector?
Fellow who collects the taxes. Well, somebody does, don't they?
Mister, this is outlaw country. There's only one man in the world who could collect taxes here, and that's Curly Bill himself.
I believe you're right. Home a horse for me, will you?
I couldn't steal a better-looking horse than that. I'd give up the business and get a job. I'll give you $5 for it. Well, where did you come from, little boy?
Limbo.
Looking for somebody?
You.
Well, take a good look, because it may be your first and your last.
Oh, why, we've met before. I was the fellow who was blocking your egress the other day at the Limbo Saloon.
Oh! You admired that expression, huh?
There's a lot of things I admire about you, Curly.
You hear that, boys? The kid admires me.
I've got a proposition to put up to you.
Nothing illegal, I hope.
No.
Let's walk over here where we can talk private. Some of these fellas I wouldn't trust. Well, what's your proposition?
I'm a deputy.
Sheriff must be getting pretty hard up.
He's given me the job of collecting taxes in this region.
Collecting taxes? He must be plumb loco. Why, Sonny, you haven't got a prayer.
That's why I've come to you. You're the kingpin around here. You're the only one who can help me do it.
Let me get this straight. You want me to...
Make the rounds with me. Help me collect.
Of all the gall. You know what you deserve? As a lead slug right in that fresh mug of yours.
Will you help me, Curly?
You've got gall. You've got guts, too. Yes, by gosh, I will.
Curly,
Hello, baby. You got back in a hurry.
did you see him?
Who?
There's a deputy from Limbo on the prowl.
Deputy, huh? I thought they were all dead.
This is a new one, young, green as grass. They're the worst. Rush in and start shooting without knowing what they're shooting at.
Don't worry, Vita.
He was headed for Goryville.
I know. I just had a drink with him.
What?
Celebrate our partnership.
Partnership?
I made a deal with this guy. He and I are going to collect taxes hereabouts.
Collect taxes?
From every doggone cattle rustler and horse thief in this territory.
It does not make any sense.
Sure it does, baby. Him and me will collect in the name of the law. And then, you and me will enjoy the receipt.
Curly.
Who is it?
Bud Payson.
I don't know you. What do you want?
I'm from the sheriff's office. I'm collecting taxes.
Taxes? Well, you come to the wrong place, my friend. I ain't got nothing to pay taxes on. Well, I'm just a poor rancher trying to keep body and soul together.
Mind if I look around?
I sure do. Now, you make tracks out of here before I blast you out. I ain't paying no gol darn taxes to no gol darn deputy sheriff for no gol darn county.
Oh, yes, you are, Cuddler.
Curly, what are you doing here?
Seeing if this young deputy collects what's owing.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing. I got nothing.
Put him down for $250, bud.
250? But I'm broke, I tell you. Why, I never paid taxes in my life.
Well, then we'll slap on another $500 for arrears. And another $50 for pointing a gun at an officer of the law.
Why, you...
Be quick about it. We got a lot of calls to make. We can't lollygag around with you all day.
You're $20 short.
But you clean me.
No weaseling now. Mark up that last double eagle. Write him out a receipt, bud. We got to keep the county record straight.
Thanks.
Looks like a stage holdup. Only neither.
6 more calls and we're through. And then I can head back to town.
I bet you got a girl there.
Well, that's right.
Couldn't be the sheriff's daughter.
Well, how'd you guess?
Prettiest girl in Limbo, if you like the pink and white type. You know her, Curly?
Nope.
Curly makes such flying trips into town. Now, me, when I go, I stay and shop. Feel a shopping spree coming over me right now.
Keep your hands off.
Just a little advance.
If you need spending money, I'll give it to you. But these are county funds, a sacred trust, to be used for public improvement for the common good.
Sure, Curly.
Will you be going into Limbo in the next day or two, Evita?
Maybe. What can I do for you?
Give a message to June. Here, I'll write it for you.
I'll see that she gets it.
You're June.
Yes.
Got a message for you from your deputy friend.
Bud? Oh.
So far, so good. Bud, how did you get this? From him. Where is Bud? What's going on? Don't worry, sweetheart. Your precious tax collector is safe in the hands of Curly Bill. Curly Bill? Wait, come back! Tell me! You sent him out there to collect taxes?
I didn't want to, but somebody has to do it.
Why? Nobody's ever done it before.
I know, but it's part of this job. Just ask the mayor and the merchants. They're the ones that yelled for it. Said I wasn't fulfilling my duties. An election's coming soon.
So, for the sake of a few votes, you'd send a man to his death.
June.
That's what it amounts to, murder.
But his message says everything's going all right.
Written at the point of a gun, most likely. Father, how could you?
I didn't know you cared so much for this fella, honey. Well, you only just met him.
That's all it took. I love him. I love him.
It's hot enough, Dutch. Slap it on him.
Mr. Benton? I'm Deputy Pace.
You don't have to introduce yourself. I know what you're here for.
Well, good. That makes it easier.
Easier for what?
You're the last man on my list, Mr. Benton.
You can cross my name off your list now, because I ain't been buffaloed into paying any taxes.
But you owe it to the county, sir.
The county, huh? You think the county's gonna ever see hide nor have any of that money?
Why not?
Because Curly Bill's collecting for himself.
That's not true.
Well, you big sucker. You just wait until them saddlebags are busting with money, then he'll turn around and rob you. I know Curly Bill.
So do I. And as far as I'm concerned, he's on the level. He's a swell guy. He's gone out of his way to perform a public service. The county officials ought to be grateful to him. I sure am. Your assessment, Mr. Benton, is $350.
Shoes on the other foot now, Mr. Deputy. I'm doing the collecting. Hand over them saddlebags. You going to hand them over peaceable? Or will I have to take them over your dead body?
Curly Bill's not gonna like this.
So what? I'm the big gun around here, and nobody tells me what to do. Now hand over them saddlebags. Curly Bill!
This hombre would have plugged me for sure if it hadn't been for you, kid. I said it before, but I'll say it again. You got guts.
Right now, they kind of feel like they're upside down.
All right, Big Joe. Let's get in the shack and patch the kid up. And get the money you owe the county in taxes.
And now what?
His job's done. He's getting ready to start back to town.
Still trusting?
Trusting as a lamb. The only thing worries him is getting back to Limbo with all that money and the game right on. In case he should meet up with outlaws.
Just in case.
So I told him you'd guide him back.
Me?
Explain to him you knew all the hidden trails, secret shortcuts.
So do you.
Sure. I'll be waiting for you both at the old mine with a mask on. So the kid will know who I am and lose faith in human nature.
This is the old mine. From here on, you got nothing to worry about.
Thanks, Evita. It's been real nice of you to go out of your way like this for me. And thank Curly again for me, too. You know, I kind of hated to say goodbye to him.
You may be meeting him again sometime.
I hope. And I want June to meet him, too. Say, maybe both of you could come in and pay us a visit sometime.
I don't think that'll be likely.
Well, after what he's done, after what you've both done for the county, why, I'm sure folks have changed their mind about... Curly!
I thought you was going to wear a mask.
Yeah, so did I. There's something you overlooked, Deputy. My taxes.
Well, that's right. You know, I clean forgot about you. Thanks.
Never mind. Just get going while I feel like giving instead of taking.
So long, partner.
All right, go ahead and say it. I must be loco.
No, Curly. You are muy magnifico.
Big Jaw Benton? Bo McDaniel. Slippery Cutler. William Bricker. $1,500?
Oh, that's Curly Bill.
How the devil did you do it, Bud?
Well, that's something every deputy's got to figure out for himself, Sheriff.
you had everything it takes.
But I haven't. How can a man make love with only one arm?
You could try.
And from that day forward, Limbo County, like the rest of the human race, could count on those two sure things, death and taxes.